There's something quietly powerful about the way a single morning can shape an entire life. I've always believed that the day begins long before we open our eyes, in the mindset we bring into those first fragile moments. And reading The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod made me rethink all of it. Before this book, I honestly didn't realize how much my mornings were running on autopilot. But this simple idea that a morning routine, the right morning habits, could transform every day pulled me in. When I first picked up this book, I'll admit I was skeptical. Another book promising morning transformation, another set of habits to start your day right. I'd tried waking up with motivation before, and it usually lasted about 3 days before I was back to hitting snooze. But Elrod approaches the morning routine differently. He's not selling perfection or hustle culture. He's actually talking about intentionality. What really drew me in was his story. Elrod himself faced a devastating car accident that left him with permanent injuries and a period of deep depression. He wasn't writing from a place of having it all figured out. He was writing from survival, from having to rebuild his entire life one morning at a time. And that vulnerability made everything he shared feel earned, not prescribed. The book's premise is surprisingly simple. Dedicate the first hour of your day to 6 specific practices that align your mind, body, and spirit before the world makes demands of you. It's not about productivity hacks or grinding harder. It's about creating space to become the person you want to be incrementally in the quiet hours when no one's watching. What struck me most about The Miracle Morning was how Elrod reframes waking up. He talks about something he calls the 95% reality, the fact that 95% of society settles for far less than they're capable of, and it often starts with how they begin their day. Most people wake up to an alarm they resent, thinking thoughts they don't want to think, rushing into a day they didn't design. That hit hard for me because I recognized myself in it. Elrod introduces what he calls the Life S.A.V.E.R.S, 6 practices that form the foundation of the Miracle Morning. But here's what I loved. He doesn't present them as rigid rules. He presents them as an invitation to reclaim your morning. The first is silence. Just sitting in stillness, whether that's meditation, prayer, or simply breathing before the noise begins. I realized how rarely I gave myself that. How often I reached for my phone before I'd even processed being awake. Silence isn't about emptiness. It's about creating space to hear yourself. Then there's affirmations. I used to think affirmations were cheesy, but Elrod explains them differently. They're not about lying to yourself or pretending everything's perfect. They're about consciously choosing what you focus on, reminding yourself of who you're becoming and what you're working toward. It's about interrupting the automatic negative scripts most of us run on default. Visualization follows, spending time actually seeing your goals, your ideal day, your best self. What surprised me was how practical this felt. It wasn't mystical thinking, it was mental rehearsal, the same thing athletes use before competition. You're priming your brain to recognize opportunities and act in alignment with what you want. Exercise comes next, and Elrod isn't talking about hour-long gym sessions. Even just a few minutes of movement, stretching, jumping jacks, anything that wakes up your body. I found this shifted my energy completely. It's the difference between dragging yourself through the morning and actually inhabiting your body. Reading is about feeding your mind with intention, not scrolling, not consuming whatever the algorithm serves you, but choosing wisdom, growth, ideas that challenge and expand you. Even 10 pages makes a difference. Finally, scribing, which is just writing. Journaling, capturing thoughts, clarifying what matters. Elrod talks about how writing creates clarity, how it helps you process emotions and crystallize intentions that otherwise stay foggy. What really resonated with me was Elrod's honesty about his own resistance. He talks about being a night owl, about hating mornings, about every excuse I'd ever made. And then he shares how starting this practice, even imperfectly, began changing his entire life. His relationships improved, his business turned around, his depression lifted, not because the morning routine was magic, but because it created momentum. It gave him agency when everything felt out of control. The book also addresses something crucial. You can customize this. Start with just 5 minutes per practice if an hour feels impossible. Wake up 30 minutes earlier instead of 2 hours. The point isn't perfection, it's consistency. It's showing up for yourself when it's still dark and no one's applauding. Looking back on the miracle morning, what stays with me isn't the specific practices, it's the underlying philosophy. Elrod is really asking, who are you becoming by default, and who could you become by design? The morning isn't just the start of your day, it's the foundation of your life. When you give yourself that intentional space before reacting to the world's demands, everything shifts. You move through your day less reactive, more grounded. You make better decisions because you've already connected with what actually matters to you. This book could genuinely transform someone's relationship with time, with themselves, with their potential. Not overnight, not magically, but gradually, one morning at a time. If you've ever felt like your days are happening to you rather than being shaped by you, if you've wanted to start your day right but didn't know where to begin, Elrod offers a framework that's both simple and profound. It's not about becoming superhuman, it's about becoming intentional, and that might be the real miracle. If this resonated with you, like and subscribe to WellReadClub for more book breakdowns and mindset insights that help you grow.